It is summer solstice time, meaning it is the time of longest light, biggest energy, most dynamic and illuminating energetic quality that we receive in the entire wheel of the year. So I'm going to share some ways to work with this energy and what it means, as well as a few plant medicines that can be supportive at this time. My name is Amy, and I run the Golden Stone Wisdom School. This is a place to remember the magic of being a body on this earth. And you can find more about that in the links below. So, summer solstice is the most outward, expansive, illuminated time of year. If we consider the wheel of the year being the cycle of breath, the inhale and the exhale, we are at the very top of the inhale where everything's expanded. There's a fullness, there's a ripeness. And from this point, we can feel, what it feels like to be so full, what it feels like to be so radiant. And then we begin the exhale, the slow softening all the way down to winter solstice. So we have been on a journey towards the light since the winter solstice of last year, where the light began to return and there was this awakening. And now we are here and we've reached the light. We've gotten to our destination on our journey. And so the question is, what are you finding here? What is being illuminated? What is being offered here? What is being handed to you here in this place that you've journeyed to find something out about yourself? So with all of this light, with all of this energy, it shines deep into all of the places within us. A lot can be illuminated, a lot can be unlocked. It can feel anxious for some people because there is so much energy, and also there can be a lot of shadow illuminated because of all the light. So, being aware of that, the light can also, awaken parts of ourself that have been dormant, or awaken parts of ourself that have been hiding in the shadows or sleeping. And it is a beautiful time to really notice what is being awakened. Like there's a spotlight right now on some aspect within you that is being encouraged and coaxed out. And what are you able to claim here? Like, what about yourself are you seeing in a new way? What about yourself are you able to claim in a new way? So also at this time of year, it's just this very celebratory energy of like sharing the beauty and the bounty of being a body on this earth, sharing that with the plants and the land, and just the bounty of what's being offered right now with the flowers and the fruits and the vegetables and the generosity of the earth. It's a moment to really revel in that and, share your own gifts for the earth. Everything's like, yes, this is what I have to offer. This is what I have to offer. What is it that you have to offer? What is it that your heart is singing right now, or wants to sing, wants to step into singing? And then thirdly, there is this element of fire, this element of sun and light, and the element of fire. And so, all that comes with that element is beginning to awaken and activate within us. And I go a lot deeper into the element of fire and the energy of the whole summer season in my 6-module course, the Sacred Seasons Summer Inner Well, in my Sacred Seasons guidebook. So if you want to go deeper with that, there's a place for that. But for now, just what happens when you feel into fire? What does that elicit for you? What does that conjure for you? That is all being awakened in us right now. So three rituals or, simple ways to celebrate and claim the energy of this time of year. The first one is allowing yourself to be charged by the light of the summer solstice. So, this can look a couple different ways. One of my favorite things to do is to align myself with what feels like it is really pushing to be seen, or what it is that I've become aware of about myself, or what it is that I'm claiming, what it is that I'm stepping into. And, you might want to journal about that first. And then at some point during the day, stepping outside, feeling that in your body, opening yourself to the sun and allowing that light to charge you. And, if it is raining on summer solstice, it's okay to do that in the rain. It's still the light of the summer solstice that is coming into you that day. Or, it's okay if it's a day or two surrounding summer solstice as well. Solstice literally means sun stand still. So in that case, it's this moment when the sun appears to hover on the horizon for several days. So it's just standing still in this moment of peak light before it begins its descent again. So anywhere in the days surrounding solstice, you can do this. It doesn't have to be the exact moment. And another way to do this, or that you can do this kind of in conjunction with you stepping in and claiming this under the light of the solstice, is to charge water for the full day on solstice. So putting water out overnight or right at sunrise and letting it charge until sundown. And in this way, you can then, take in the water and have the water infused with the sun's prayers and blessings and charge and energy. Take that into your body as you align with this prayer for who you are. What are you claiming that is authentic and the next phase of self that you are stepping into? So, those are kind of two aspects of one and the same ritual type thing you can do on solstice. So, this energy of this ceremony, this ritual of having the elements charge up what you are illuminating, what you're shining, what you're stepping into and claiming. So if you consider like winter solstice being the time of deep seed planting and intention planting, this is the time when those seeds have had a chance to ripen, have had a chance to come to fruition. And often these things take cycles and cycles and cycles to really fully manifest, if it's a big dream, if it's a big vision. And there is some aspect of it that has shifted. I'm guaranteeing you, where something in the seed that you planted, there's some layer that has illuminated something. Maybe there's just a knowing all of a sudden that you can see something differently around your prayer. And there's going to be more cycles before you can actually maybe fully step into the life that you're desiring. But again, there's always this subtle cycle that's happening within the bigger cycle. So what is that? What is it that you are realizing and honoring and claiming? The second ritual is to offer something back to the earth in beauty, in art, in appreciation, where again, this time of year is one of everything just being generous and showing off the beauty of who they are. And it's really beautiful for humans to do the same and give that back to the earth. So one of my favorite things to do is to create some sort of art piece on the land, bringing fresh flowers, stones, found, leaves or sticks, and creating an altar or a mandala of sorts where you're infusing prayers for yourself and prayers for the earth and honoring the sun and honoring earth in this art form that beautifies, that is biodegradable and that will go back into the earth, but will be charged by the solstice sun. It's a really beautiful way to, be a part of the art share that is the earth right now. So that's another ritual that you can do. And finally, working with the fire. It's another way to intentionally step into this time of year. Having a fire in the evening of solstice is very traditional. And it's a way to honor the fire, honor the sun, honor the light. And, you can speak your prayers to the fire. You can write things in on paper and burn them that either you want to release or that you want to transform, or even that you want to give to the fire as prayers for creation. So that's a third ritual. So in this day of peak light, like charging yourself up, charging the water, making a piece of art, whether it's found art on the land or something else, another way that you can feel like you're giving back in beauty and celebrating the fire, honoring the fire for all it is and all it gives us, the warmth, the light, the transformation, the creativity, all of the juiciness that fire brings. So those are 3 simple ways to honor the day. And now I'm going to share about 3 plants that you can bring into your magic and or that you can take in your body, that you can hang out with on the earth to align more deeply with this time of year. The first is St. John's wort. Some people call it St. Joan's wort, but this is a plant that signifies this time of year. It often blooms at summer solstice, and it is a plant of the light. It is a plant that helps us receive more of our own light in ourselves and shine that light outward for others. It's a plant that helps us claim our light, helps us claim the truth of who we are as light beings. It is a plant that helps us protect us from unwanted energies. It is historically said that no evil can exist within St. John's wort's presence. It is such a powerful protector and illuminator. And so, harvesting some, hanging it above your doorways. You can take baths with St. John's wort. You can, like putting the flowers in your bath or, splashing your face. It is a plant that has a lot of uses, most, mainstream one being for depression or anxiety. And I believe that's because it helps our solar plexus really like own who we are and shine our light more brightly. Really beautiful for liver detoxification, for the digestive system harmony. And also there's a very magical quality about St. John's wort where the bright yellow flowers, when you pick them and squish them, they turn red. And so the medicine of St. John's wort is this deep blood red. And so also very associated with the blood of the body and, getting into the fullness of our blood, filling our body out with our own blood and purifying our own blood so we're standing more fully in our truth through the blood. And I've worked with St. John's Wort too with my own bloodlines. So there's an aspect of that too that St. John's Wort can carry. But St. John's Wort is a hugely magical plant. If you are taking it internally, just beware of its interactions with a lot of pharmaceuticals because of how quickly it helps the liver detoxify. So it moves the pharmaceuticals through the body at a quicker pace. So they are, rendered less effective in your body. So be aware of that. And also, if you are taking high doses in your body, you can become more photosensitive because, again, it helps us receive light. But a fun fact is that St. John's Wort oil, not essential oil, but an infused oil put on your body is sun protective. So it works in various ways with the sun, with the light, and is such a deep and magical plant to get to know. The second plant I want to share about is Calendula. Now, this is a plant that's another beautiful yellow flower, a solar flower. It has this radiance of joy. Calendula brings us into joy. She brings us into play, into the experience of just, receiving the joy of this life. And, even with the bright yellow flowers, she's also very watery, helps us, helps our lymph, helps the digestive system, helps us cool the pathways in our body that may become overtaxed with the heat of the sun. So she's cooling, she helps heal wounds. She's really good for like mucosa in the body and healing the gut lining and healing wounds on the body. And again, just like that cooling lymphatic movement, helping clear the waters of the body again. So, it's interesting, these very solar plants work with water as well, innately in them to balance out their bright, fiery energy. So calendula is one that I would turn to if you want to live more fully from your heart, speaking your heart's truth, having courage to speak your heart's truth. She really connects these two centers. So feeling into the open joy of being a body and being able to express yourself in an authentic way that just leads to more of that joyful expression. And the third plant I want to share with you today is lemon balm, another plant that is so generous and joyful and uplifting. The scent of the lemon balm is so uplifting to spirits. And very calming to the nervous system as well. So another plant that kind of balances the uplifted, ebullient, joyful energy with calming, nerving support. Lemon balm's antiviral and is in the mint family. So pretty easy to identify with the square stem and the opposite leaves and the very lemony smell. I think that's all I'll share about those three plants and summer solstice in general. I've been talking a lot, so hopefully you can start connecting with these plants and these rituals and yourself and feeling into how you personally connect with this moment in the wheel of the year. Does it feel really good? Does it feel really hard? It's all about relationship. It's all about your own relationship with the earth and all the ways the earth is expressing herself. So I hope that was supportive for you. And again, if you want to find more of this type of discussion or exploration, you can find me at goldenstone.love, which is where I have a bunch of resources, free resources in the Golden Stone Wisdom School community there. And also the Sacred Seasons Inner Well course that you can purchase, that you can explore these themes more deeply at your own pace throughout the summer season. So take care and happy summer solstice.